What's going on, everyone? So, a trade has already been completed. The Oklahoma City Thunder are sending Josh Giddey to the Chicago Bulls for Alex Caruso. First off, the Thunder did this trade without there's no picks being exchanged either way. So the Thunder still get to keep like their million picks. And then they end up landing Alex Caruso. That perimeter defense is going to be terrifying because Alex Caruso just was on the all defensive team. He's one of the best on-ball defensive players in the league. He shot like 43% from three, so they get a legit 3-and-D guard that can defend and play multiple positions for them. I think, would be a better fit next to SGA, next to Lou Dort than Josh Giddey. And for Chicago gets a young point guard to kind of replace Lonzo because it's still kind of like, hey, what's going on with Lonzo? What's going to happen with him? And even just for the future, right? Because Josh Giddey is so young. I actually, again, removing my bias as a Laker, I actually think that this is a really good deal for both sides. I think both sides get exactly what they want. The Oklahoma City Thunder kind of bolster their backcourt and just add another key 3-and-D piece. Obviously, they still need some size. This doesn't help in the size department, but this is a big step for them to continue to rise to the top of the Western Conference and potentially come out of the West. Also, for the Chicago Bulls, right? Chicago gets a nice young piece for an older Alex Caruso that can kind of be a building block for them going forward. And this was a guy that was an all-star level type of point guard who's got good size. He's a guy that, give you nearly a triple-double every night. So I do think that this was a real win-win for both sides. But the Laker fan in me, this hurts, right? This sucks because the hope was that the Lakers could go and get Alex Caruso, right? There was some talk, some murmurs about the Lakers being interested in maybe taking on Zach Lavine if they could get Alex Caruso. So I think the Zach Lavine trade, I think that's all but dead. The Lakers could just go trade for Zach Lavine by himself, but I don't really think that is what they'll do. I think what this does is this basically kind of confirms more that Trae Young is probably going to be a Laker. I mean, he even made like a little cryptic tweet that a lot of people are like, oh, here we go. I know people don't like Trae Young. I know people don't want him on the Lakers. I have my reservations about Trae Young on the Lakers. I just think that that's the most realistic scenario, right? But Atlanta's probably going to be our best trade partner with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. I think that they also have other pieces, a Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter, right? Like Bogdan Bogdanovic, right? Can you get several pieces? Maybe, possibly. If you're trading for Trae, then probably not. But if you're getting DeJounte, could you maybe, take on a Hunter as well to kind of help incentivize Atlanta to get it done with you? There's options there. But also the Alex Caruso thing hurts the depth route, right? Because the Lakers were very interested in bringing Alex Caruso back. There were even talks and reports that the Lakers really regretted letting Alex Caruso go, right? This basically ensures that the Lakers aren't going to get Caruso. Now, Caruso will be a free agent, but the Thunder expect to give him a new extension, which he qualifies for. I think it's 4 years, $80 million, and they're expected to give him that amount because they want him to be a piece for the long term. So it just takes another obtainable piece potentially off the table for the depth route and potentially going and landing another star if the Lakers end up going that route. So I do think that this hurts on all fronts for the Lakers. Again, kind of narrows that pool of teams and just players that we can potentially acquire because Alex Caruso would have been great. Even if we didn't trade for Zach Lavine, even if we just went and traded for an Alex Caruso, I think that would have been a huge move and a step in the right direction for the Lakers because they really need that 3-and-D style guy. Alex Caruso, we know, does that better than most guys in the league. And on top of that, he has familiarity playing alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. So I think that would have been a good pickup in and of itself. I've seen people throw out the idea like, the Lakers couldn't have done a better deal. Like, what could the Lakers have traded that made more sense than Josh Giddey for Chicago, right? Because Chicago, you get what is he, like 21? You basically get a guy that's young enough to be drafted this year who is already proven to be a good quality player in this league. And you didn't have to give up any picks. You didn't have to do anything, right? Josh Giddey by himself is worth a first, if not maybe a little bit more, right? So it's like, what could the Lakers really going to trade 2 firsts and an Austin Reeves for Caruso? Probably not, right? So I do think that this was a win-win. The reason this might be good, though, for the Lakers, and again, see how things shape up with Chicago and what direction they go, but this could be the signal that Chicago is potentially starting a rebuild, right? They have what, the 11th pick in the draft, I believe. So they could look at it and go, okay, well, we have now Josh Giddey as a foundation piece, right? You have Kobe White. What do you do with Patrick Williams? Do they keep him? Do they let him go? Also, you have other potential options, right? Like with the pick, you can maybe trade and unload a VOO for some draft capital or maybe some pieces, right? So this could be a signal of like, hey, we're going to hit the reset button. We're going to rebuild. The Chicago Bulls are shopping Zach Lavine. That was a report that came out today. You're seeing reports of him being shopped to like Orlando and Detroit and Philadelphia, I think was another destination, right? They're trying their best to unload Zach Lavine. The thing is that like, I still like Zach Lavine on the Lakers. The problem is, what are you going to get? Could you maybe get like an AO? Sure. But like, I thought Alex Caruso made a ton of sense. I know people want like Patrick Williams, but the problem is you'd have to like sign and trade for him, which makes things really challenging for the Lakers, especially under the new CBA. So I think more likely than not, Chicago, as far as trades, could potentially be off the board. But they may end up now letting DeMar DeRozan go. Are they really going to pay DeMar DeRozan? I think there were reports that they were going to give him like $40 million a year or something like that, right? Do they do that now? Right? Do they actually give DeMar a big bag if they're going to start hitting the reset button? Maybe not. And then now DeMar DeRozan becomes a free agent. Now, again, the Lakers are limited as far as capital goes and signing somebody, but maybe they could work out a sign and trade for DeMar if like all else fails, right? Like let's say they can't get a Trey or they can't get a DeJounte, and it's like, hey, we can swap Rui and JHS or something like that for DeMar DeRozan on a sign and trade. Again, it would kind of hard cap the Lakers and put them in a tough spot, but you're getting that proven third guy. You're getting a closer. He's been one of the best closers in the league the last like handful of years. A guy that go get you 20 to 30 on any given night. Obviously, the three-point shooting is a concern. The defense is a concern, but he is a guy that, look, there's more to floor spacing than just shooting threes. And he also shoots deep twos, right? So, like, he's usually on the line a lot of times, right? Can he maybe take a step back? And even if he doesn't, I still think, like, he's a guy that's a proven scorer in this league that can go a long way for the Lakers. Maybe they can sign Patrick Williams. Could Patrick Williams kind of maybe do a Malik Monk thing, right? Where it's like, he's like, hey, let me go sign a prove-it deal with the Lakers, kind of get my stock up for a better contract elsewhere. There's, again, flexibility there, right? I do think that now Chicago, again, for a trade partner is probably off the table unless it is, again, a sign-in trade. Could you maybe go get just Zach Lavine straight up and, not have to give up any picks or give up anything, right? Like if D'Lo opts in, could you maybe do something where it's like D'Lo, Rui, and then like, you stack a couple contracts, like Gabe Vincent, right? Basically get you there close, because what you talk about, D'Lo 18.6, Rui's at 17, so there's 35 there, and then plus you add in a Gabe Vincent, right? Maybe you could do something where you get a AO and a Zach Lavine, right? So I mean, there's still the potential, there's still the opportunity there. But I just think that, like, the Lakers will probably shift focus elsewhere. I think Zach Lavine, even though I actually really like Zach Lavine and the idea of Zach Lavine, I also liked it a lot because the potential of getting Caruso. It's like now you're solving two major needs that you have: a 3-and-D type of player, a legit two-way player, one of the best in the league in that regard, and you're getting a legit just bucket getter, a guy that plays off-ball excellent, guy that can make plays, right? So to me, it was kind of like if you can get them in a package deal, I think that makes a lot of sense. But now it's like, okay, well, do you really want just Zach Lavine? I think the Lakers will kind of go down the list. Can we get DeJounte Murray? No. Can we get Trae Young? No. Can we get, Lauri Markkanen? No. Can we get X, Y, and Z? No. Do we just take on Zach Lavine? Right? That's kind of where I'm at in that regard. But I wanted Caruso. I did. I really did. I mean, Caruso was probably always a bit of a pipe dream. It was probably always unlikely to happen, right? But again, like, if this deal doesn't go down, he's still available, right? Maybe this is something good, but I do think that this is good because maybe this signals a rebuild for the Chicago Bulls, and maybe the Lakers can get in on some pieces that maybe they let go, or maybe potentially trade. Lakers maybe even look at not Valanciunas, Vucevic, right? Do they look at somebody like that and maybe try to bring him in, right? Because he's making like $20 million a year. So there's options, there's flexibility there, but it would be interesting to see kind of how this all plays out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Are you disappointed that Alex Caruso is departed? Do you think like, no, it's okay? Like there's other options, there are other flexibilities. Do you think like Zach Lavine? Do you still want to go get Zach Lavine by himself? Maybe get AO, or maybe go get another piece. Do you think that this signals the Chicago Bulls potentially starting to rebuild? And what did you think of the trade? Did you like the trade more for OKC? Did you like it more for the Chicago Bulls? Or do you kind of like me where it's like, hey, that was actually a real win-win situation for all parties involved? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.